I wanted to take a minute to talk about putting an LS in an S10. Yes, I know it's been done 1,000 times, but I've done quite a few. Just want to share some of my experiences that maybe not everyone knows. If you're going to do a 5.3, the easiest way is to buy these hooker manifolds. If you have an 82 to 85 frame, they're not going to fit unless you dent this in right here on the, I believe when GM started using a 4.3, they did dimple that in. I have two other S10s with 5.3s in them, one in 87, one in 92. Both have those manifolds, and both frames are dimpled in right there and not squared off. Same thing on the other side. You just have to dimple it in a little bit. Unfortunately, I found that out after I got everything together. You don't have to buy the hooker exhaust, but if you do, it sure makes life easy. Same thing with the hooker transmission cross member. You don't have to buy that, but it sure makes life easy. Next, for your air conditioner, you gotta get right up to the bolts if you want to leave the stock one in it, and you got to come all the way over to this where the frames overlap if you want to be able to get the bolts out of it to replace it. Me personally, that's how I do it. I use a big piece of angle iron and just weld it up. Next, for a radiator, I use a 92, 93, 4.3 radiator. I like these because that lower hose is just a stock Silverado hose cut down to fit. It fits on both ends. The top hose, this piece is off a stock Silverado. This piece is off of a 99 Camaro. And I realize you got to buy extra hose to do that, but it sure lays in there nice, looks good. For the radiator mount, I just go to Lowe's, buy me a piece of angle iron, a little piece of U-shaped tube, weld those up, drill 2 holes, and your radiator's in there and done. I used a stock AC condenser up in the front. If you got the little brackets for it, great. If you don't, I just make little L brackets and bolt it to those. Next, on your power steering pump, the last one I did, we had to grind off the bolts down there on the actual box to make it fit. So I bought this dirty dingo bracket to move the pump up. I'll probably do that from now on. If you have an F-body, this isn't a problem. With F-body accessories, you have tons more room, and they just fit, and they fit well. I'm using a stock harness on this one because it's just going to be a daily driven vehicle, and it's super easy. If you're doing your harness, this is an 82 harness. It's super simple. It has a brown wire and a green wire. One goes to your brown wire goes to your oil pressure sensor if you want to keep the stock one. Green goes to your stock temperature sensor. That goes to a 3-wire sensor. You can get a 3-wire out of a 99 Camaro, or just Google 3-wire, you can find that. The only other wires on this harness that you use are the 2 hots, your start wire, which is purple, and what else? Fuel gauge wire. It's in the bundle with the tail lights. This is my fuel pump power wire. I put it in the bundle with the tail lights as well. There's not a lot of other wires on here that you use. All your other stuff for your washer is right here. On S10s, if you have AC, it's a completely separate harness, comes out over in the middle. The to hook it up. If you don't have AC, then just run a switch. Super easy to do here. I don't see too many videos of them just sitting on a frame like that. That's how they look. This S10 in here, I don't know if you can see it, it's kind of dark. It was a 93. Same engine mounts. The headers on it fit really good with no modifications. And like I said, that's how I know that frame has changed a little bit, because I've got a couple of them. You do have to move the alternator up if you're going to use Camaro stuff. I like putting the battery over here on the driver's side. Just preference. And I do that because on this one it was easier. Again, this is car stuff. If you're using F-body, it's easier for me to run it over here to get it away from the heater hose. They're always in the way. If I'm using truck stuff, I leave the battery where it belongs. As far as AC stuff goes, not hard at all. Look online on eBay. You can get this reducer. I believe this is a number 12 to a number 10. And then back here you'll need a number 8 to a number 6. And everything else, you can just use all your stock stuff. And it works great. Just hook it to your new compressor. And if you want to make your own lines, you can order a tool for a couple $100 to do that. It's worth every penny, rather than trying to find someone to make them for you.